Alright, so today I'm going to show you how to create a blog, and in the last few days we've been starting to get you to write some of your answers out to a few questions that I've given you. Some of you have gotten a long ways done or almost done, so I want to show you where I want you to post these, and you're going to post these on a blog, okay? And I'm going to show how to create the blog. So you're in your Google Apps account, you've logged in. As you can see, I'm logged in right now. And like I've shown you before, there are many services that you have linked with your Google Apps account. To get access to more of them, you click here. And the blogging service that Google has, part of their suite, is called Blogger. So to open it, you basically click Blogger. I'm going to create a new blog. You will not see exactly the same screen here. It'll say, okay, create your first blog. So we'll call it BTT class. All right. The address I'm going to give it is BTT for me. And what it does is it checks to see if it's already available. Okay. So I'm going to call it Business Tech. See if that one's available. No. What is the second? Business Technology. Oh, that one. BTT1. What about 10? See if that one's available.
Nope. What about?
Yeah, really surprising. BTT Dubo. It's available. This is good for you to see this because what you need to realize is this is going to be the actual URL you have after. So when you go to any search engine in the world, you type bttdubo.blogspot.com and you're at your blog. You following me? So don't pick some like 10-mile long name that's really hard to remember. Pick something easy, okay? And I'm going to pick a theme. I'm going to pick one of the dynamic views, and I'm going to click Create Blog. Takes a second here. All right. So I'm going to go to this. I can click Go View Blog so you get to see. I'm going to just pause it for a second. So no posts found. So there's all kinds of ways to view the dynamic blog, but since I don't have anything, I need to go back to, well, here, a new post is like a new article. So you've done 2 questions. Each one of those is actually a post. So in fact, already one of the things I want you to do if you're done is take your post and post it right on the blog. And how would you do that? You can click New Post here. And I can start from here or I can start from the dashboard. Let's click from here because it's all the same really. And your question was, what phone do you prefer, or something like that. All right, put a question mark. Don't click publish. Once you publish it, it goes live to the internet. All right, if you want to work on it later because it's not done, what you do is you save it. All right, although this is Google and everything gets saved automatically, you can, and I always preview to see what it looks like before I send it out there. And I'm going to show you some of these other settings later, but I'm going to write like I prefer the Samsung S3 because blah 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 blah. Okay. How about I want to insert an image from this blog, from Picasa, from your phone, from a URL. Okay, so let's try from it. So you basically, I was wondering if you could do an image search in here, but you basically can upload from anything from your phone. I'm going to just pick a random image. It's got I think I have an S3 image here somewhere. Where is it? We did it in class the other day. I'll assume it's this one, but it doesn't matter if it's the wrong image. It's a shoe. Okay, let's just put it in. Who cares? You know what's kind of neat is you can move stuff in Google. It's make it a little larger, smaller, whatever you want to do, okay? And you can move it around like that. It's kind of easy to use. Same thing with a video from YouTube. my YouTube videos. I'm gonna show you guys how to create a channel probably a little bit later. So you basically paste the URL of that YouTube video. Well, since you notice I can't do a Google search from there, I have to actually go to YouTube, which I can go just through here, but let's just go to YouTube like this. Brings me there, and I know we actually found some videos and so on, but what I'm trying to get you to understand is with a blog, it's so much more interesting than just regular word processing. I'm gonna just, because you can put images, you can put stuff directly from the internet. It's so much more relevant. I'm gonna just pick this one just because it doesn't really matter. I go at the top here, Control C, or right click copy, whatever you find easier. I'm gonna turn that one off, and I'm gonna go back to here, and I'll click on the video again, click V, and it should just, okay, there it is. I'll select that one. It goes right into my video. Well, one of the things I need to be careful is it's starting to look busy, right? So I can always click preview to see what will it look like when I go live. All right, not showing it to me. Normally it should show you a preview. Just go back, doesn't matter for now. Because it hasn't been published, I suppose. Normally, in most blogs, when I click publish, it's out there. So let's go see what it looks like. Now, if I had a blog with hundreds of readers, I don't want to publish something until it's done. That's pretty critical, right? So keep that in mind. Normally, I just keep working on it. And what I noticed that this blogging platform does is it pretty much publishes exactly what the screen looks like. My favorite blogging platform is called WordPress, and it's way better. But for now, to keep things simple, we're going to use the blogger.com because it's linked with your account and so on. It's perfect for a grade 9 class. So let's go back to publish, revert to draft. So I want to work on it again. I'll click on edit. So I'm going to fix this up. Like this run issue, really not relevant, is it? Okay, so I'll click and remove, okay? And you see you have all the things that you normally have on a site. One of the really important things in a blog to know about is called hyperlinking. And I talked about this before, but like, let's pretend I want to link to a Samsung S3 site. Okay, so I'm going to just do a Google search. In the Chrome, you know this in the Chrome bar, this is actually a Google search. I'm going to go Samsung S3. Probably one of the first sites that will show up is Samsung site, right? So let's pretend I want to link to their site. Copy, Control C, and I'm going to go back to my blog. And let's pretend because in a blog, you guys know this, when you go and read a blog, there's hyperlinks everywhere. So what I'm going to do is I put that link there, and when somebody's reading my blog, they can just click on this and go see what that brings them to. That's the advantage of a blog versus like just a word text. Nobody today likes reading a regular word text if you have the option between that and a blog. Because a blog takes you to the pictures, takes you to the website. You find so much more information. And so click on Samsung S3 and you're there. So you should, and what I'm going to ask you to have for this assignment is have two hyperlinks included in each of your blog posts. So you're supposed to have two. You might not be done the second. I hope you're done the first. And for each one of those, include two hyperlinks. And I'm also going to ask you to include one image each. All right. And what was the first question? One was what is your favorite blog, and what was the other one again? Oh, find a summary of the article, right? A newspaper article or blog post article. Well, you know what's great about that? I would obviously backlink to, and this is called a backlink often, when it goes to another area. So if you're summarizing an article from another, from a newspaper, you often want to provide a backlink. That's one thing that Google looks for. Whenever you write an article on the internet and it has tons of people that you backlink to, okay, it gives those people like sort of props. You know what I mean? It's like saying, oh yeah, that was such a good article, I linked to it. one of the things that Google looks at in its algorithm is how many times was this article backlinked. And if it was 1,000 times by reputable sources, that's important, by the way, it'll be ranked number 1 on Google. Okay? I know that's not really part of this course, but you know, you kind of want to know that. So if, for example, if TechCrunch.com backlinked to one of your articles, you'll automatically be on page 1. Because remember I made you guys do a blog search, and on Technocratic.com, TechCrunch is like in the top 10. So Google considers that a really highly ranked blog. So if they give you props, your website's ranking goes through the roof. Okay? I'll just stop the recording and I'll take your questions. So you guys will set up an account. That's the first thing you want to do. Get everything up and running. And then once you think you got it figured out, go to the Google Doc that you type, paste it in there, include 2 hyperlinks, and of course 1 image. So I'm going to click done.